Hello guys, and welcome to another beautiful and very educative video. All right, please make sure you don't skip this video. You are going to learn a lot of things. Okay, now this phone came to me from a customer, and the customer says the phone got into water and it doesn't power on anymore. As you can see, I'm trying to press the power key, but it's not pressing. The phone is not coming on. So this is going to be a step-by-step, real step-by-step on how to troubleshoot a phone like this as a technician. Some technicians still struggles on how to troubleshoot dead phones. Now, please pay close attention. Taking readings on the VBAT line, and you can see the VBAT is reading short to ground, and the GND is fine. The middle terminal, which is the BSI, is also reading perfectly well. But look at this one. 0.029, 0.030. That's a sign of short circuit on this line. Now, what is the next thing to do? The next thing to do is to open up the phone. Let's examine what is causing this short. That means even though the battery has good power or good current or good voltage in it, when a phone is still having this type of reading on your multimeter, the phone will never power on. So what do you do as a technician? Now, the first thing to do is to look for where the short is coming from, and that's what we are going to start with. All right, step by step. Remember, step by step. Now, if you're interested in our online training, please join us and DM us on the numbers on the screen. All right, and we are going to help you out. Now, let's pay close attention to this PCB. Let's do physical inspection. And if you look closely, you will see some whitish stuff, which is also called corrosion, almost around the PCB, especially the right hand side of this PCB. Now, let's do what a normal technician would do. What comes to your mind? Cleaning up the PCB. This is what most technicians will do, and I'm not gonna say it's a bad move. This is the very first step, all right, to repairing this type of problem. The first thing to do is to clean. All right, is to clean the PCB. Now let's clean the PCB and let's examine if this phone is going to, if the short is going to go away, or if the short is still going to be there. If this phone is going to power on, or if it's not going to power on. So please pay close attention. This is what we call cleaning. And when you clean, you dry up with your hot air station. That is the basic level of a normal technician. All right, now let's take another reading of the VBAT. Wow, the short is gone just by cleaning, and the short has vanished off from the PCB. Now this is the proper reading you should get on this PCB. Okay, now thank God the short is gone. Let's see if the phone is going to power on. All right, let's check the voltage of this battery. If this battery has enough current to power on this PCB. Okay, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more amazing videos. Okay, very, very important. Putting your multimeter on voltage mode, taking readings 3.5 volts is very small, and this cannot power on a phone. Now let's use our DC power supply to power on this phone. Okay, let's see if this phone is going to power on, because the short circuit is gone, right? Let's see if the phone will power on. All right, red probe to the VBAT, and to the positive terminal of the battery connector, and the GND, which is the black. Pressing the power button with my tweezer. Let's see what happens. Pressing hardly and nothing happens. This phone is not powering on. When you get to a stage like this, most technicians don't know what else to do. But what do we do? What is the next thing if you get this type of problem after you have cleaned the PCB and the short is gone? If you're very interested in our online training, please DM us on the numbers on the screen. Now let's put our multimeter on diode mode. Let's take the value of the power key. Outer side should read GND, which is okay. Inner circle should read 0.5, which is also okay. That means pressing this power key, it should work, but it's not working. What is the next thing to do? When I do a thorough inspection again, I see there is still more corrosion. Now let's continue cleaning. This is the basic step a normal technician would take. This is the basic step a normal technician will take. If you are very interested in our online training, please DM us on the numbers on the screen. We are going to train you to become a professional technician. I'm trying to scrape off the corrosion on the battery terminal as well. Okay, so that is what I was doing. Now, after doing another proper cleaning, I'm going to insert the battery again. This battery, I'm very sure this battery is okay. So let's power on the phone and let's see if it's going to power on or not. Pressing the power button with my tweezer and the phone is still not powering on. Most technicians at this stage would definitely give up. I'm telling you, they will definitely give up. But as a professional technician, failure is not an excuse. Okay, we can't fail. All right, so we need to proceed because we have deeper understanding on how to troubleshoot. And if you're interested in this type of knowledge, please DM us on the numbers on the screen and we are going to help you join our online training and you become a professional technician. Now, the next thing for us to do as a professional technician is to properly secure the LCD screen, and we are going to remove the shield. The shield removing part is a part that some technicians are always afraid to go into because they don't have the proper knowledge. If you want to have the proper knowledge, DM us on the numbers on the screen and join our online training or physical training. And we're going to teach you. Now, removing the shield, we have to continue inspecting and clean. And clean, that is very, very important. That's very, very important. All right, you clean, you dry up. Now, let's pay close attention at the PCB. There is something very important that you need to pay close attention to. You see there are some parts that are off from this PCB. And take a look at this resistor. This resistor is called current sense resistor and is connected to the positive line of the battery terminal. Now, let's continue our troubleshooting from this current sense resistor. Okay, using our multimeter to take reading on resistance mode, and it's not reading. Switching to diode mode, trying to take readings, and it still doesn't read. Once you detect a fault on a PCB as a technician, as soon as you are detecting that fault or that problem, it is very important you solve the problem before moving to the next stage. You see, I'm trying to read from the positive terminal of that battery to the current sense resistor, and it's not reading, but it's supposed to give us continuity reading. Hope you guys are enjoying this video. Now, let's take out this current sense resistor from that spot and let's take a proper reading from our multimeter while the resistor is off the board. If you're interested in our online training, please DM us on the numbers on the screen and we are going to chat with you on our WhatsApp and we are going to tell you what step to do. If you pay close attention to those parts that I took off the resistors from, you see one of the part was completely ripped off by water, damaged by water, and the other part is still fine. But we are coming back to that later. Let's deal with this resistor first. Now, taking reading of this resistor when it is off the board, and as you can see, it's not giving any reading. It's not giving any reading. So what are we going to do? We are going to look for a donor board and take out a current sense resistor from that donor board. All right, now this is the new resistor. Now let's take the reading on diode mode. Okay, as you can see, it's not reading. The multimeter is working, but it's not reading. So I want us to switch it to resistance mode so that we can get the actual value. Okay, oops, let's take another reading, and this value should give us 0.2 ohms or 0.1, 0.4 because it is R200. Now this is the previous resistor we removed from. Let's take a reading, still on resistance mode, and as you can see, it's not giving any reading. That means this resistor is very, very bad. Is very, very bad. And taking reading on this one, you can see you can see the reading on the multimeter. That's 0.2 ohms, which is a very good reading, and this should work for what we want to use it for. It's very important as a technician to have all this knowledge for you to have a better troubleshooting. Okay, now before we replace this current sense resistor, we need to take care of the pad, because like I said, remember, one of the pad was still fine, silver, and the other one is brownish, which means it has been corroded away by the water or by the liquid that got into this PCB, and we are going to repair it. All right, we just need to apply lead, solder lead, and we are good to go. Now we are going to resolder this SMD resistor on that line. It is very, very important. If you have not hit the like button yet, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Now let's take another reading from the battery connector, positive terminal. Remember, positive terminal to the current sense resistor. This should give a continuity reading. As you can see, that's a very, very good reading. All right, I hope you guys are enjoying. I hope you are following step by step. Okay, if you are interested in our online training, please DM us, and we are going to train you from the basic level to the advanced level. All right, now it is very important for us to allow this PCB to cool down before we test what we have done so far. So if you don't get a good result, we are going to continue troubleshooting. Okay, all right, because the PCB is still a bit hot, let me wait a few more minutes, a few more seconds, I mean. All right, now let's go. Is this phone going to power on or not? Is it going to work or it's not going to work? Let's find out. Pressing the power button with the tweezer, and voila, the phone is working 100%. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. If you have any question, drop it in our comment section. All right, this is the best platform you can learn how to repair mobile phone step by step. All right, please make sure you join our online training for more knowledge on troubleshooting, proper troubleshooting, and you are going to be the best at this profession. See you in my next video. Peace.